Boom. We're here. Round 2. I did this yesterday, but it wasn't what I wanted. I gotta tell you a story of I had dental work done. As we know, sometimes dental work is fucking whack, bro. That's fucking number one. But yeah, I had dental work done on Monday and took the pain medication on Monday, and it took me out for a day and a half. I had I don't take the hardcore narcotics. I just take the, basic narcotics. No, tramadol. I take the tramadol. I've taken it before, but I took it Monday and it had me fucked up. Not fucked up in the sense that I was inebriated and having a good time. It ruined my day. It ruined my day for the next day and a half. Yeah, next day and a half. So Monday I took it. I was fine. Tuesday I woke up nauseous, couldn't keep my eyes open. Then I vomited and then slept the entire day. So that was whack. And slept the entire day. On Tuesday, woke up with a splitting headache on Wednesday, then fell back asleep. Did my client check-ins on Tuesday, then fell back asleep on Wednesday until 12 o'clock. Tried to record this podcast and could not get through it. So we're doing it again today. Fucking baby punk rock, and that's fuck number 2. What's good, boy? So there's one specific topic I want to touch on today. Benny brought it up to me yesterday. It's navigating confidence, cockiness, it's good self-esteem, navigating that, while also navigating a life of humility, because the 12-step thing is all about being humble, right? Like humbling yourself in the beginning to understand that you're fucked up and you have a problem. So humbling yourself there is probably the first time we humble ourselves in our entire lives as fucking junkies. And then, so humble yourself there, then humble yourself and say, I'm not in charge. Humble yourself and take responsibility for your actions. Humble yourself and tell someone all your secrets. Humble yourself and look at all the things that are keeping you fucked up. It's ego, pride, all those things, selfishness, self-centeredness. Humble yourself there. Humble yourself and write down all the people you fucked up and hurt. Humble yourself and look those people in the eyes and make amends to those people. Humble yourself and continue to do that. Humble yourself and pray and meditate and fucking levitate on these hoes. Then humble yourself and help other people. It's all about humility. So how do you navigate living a humble life? But to do what I do, to do the things that I do, I have to have a little bit of a delusional hubris, a delusional sense of ability and self-esteem. I have to be a little bit delusional about it in order for it to work. So how do you navigate that? It's really what it comes down to for me is not feeding the ego, not feeding the surface bullshit, which I talk about all the time here, which is becoming kind of redundant. So let me not even, but it's navigating that, and it's navigating for me the things that keep me humble, like my family and my children, the challenges that come with being a family and having children, understanding that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, understanding that I don't know what I'm doing, and that my son is his growth process. My youngest son, his growth process is challenging, and navigating that and becoming malleable and ebbing and flowing with it. That keeps me humble with my partner, understanding how to be a partner is humbling. understanding how to navigate her emotions, her needs, her wants, while still representing myself and advocating for myself and my needs. That's a humbling experience. That keeps me right sized. It's a matter of being right sized. It's a matter of understanding who I am, understanding that I'm just some fucking guy trying to do the same thing that other fucking guy, my weak ass next door neighbor I talk about, he's doing the same shit I'm doing. He's trying to navigate his small child. He's trying to navigate his wife and his how to manage a work-life balance. Whatever your work is, you're trying to manage that as well. Just Joe Rogan is trying to manage the same work-life balance that I'm trying to manage. He's trying to focus on his family. It just looks different for each person. But as a man, I just got to remember, I'm just some fucking dude. I'm just some guy, and you're just some dude named Doug. All right. You're just some guy named Steve or Amanda or whatever the fuck your name is. You're just some guy. You're just some guy trying to navigate it. No matter how much money you have, no matter how much success you have, you're just some fucking guy. But we make people out to be something way bigger than they are. But the amount of money you have, I don't know. I'm broke. So I don't know. I don't know about how much money you have, blah, blah, blah. I like to believe that because it makes me feel good about being broke, or not feel good, but it makes me feel like it's okay, for now. Shout out to Joe Rogan for getting $100 million Spotify deal, or maybe more. Some people are saying 200 million. Some people are way off. That's what other podcast people who are friends with him are saying, that people are way off. So shout out to, the reason that's so tight is because podcasting is a viable industry. There's competition. There's a lot of fucking podcasts, but it's a viable industry. It's just like Walmart can sell things and make $100 million, just like Amazon can sell things $100 million. You can have a podcast and make maybe not 100 million, but you can make 5,000, you can make 30,000, you can make 100,000, you can make 50,000. It's possible to do. It's possible to do, and that's a boundary that's broken. It's like, oh shit, this is viable. This is a real industry. This is not just some fucking hobby. And for me, I love it so much. I love it so much that it keeps me super engaged. I have no problem doing it. So it doesn't even feel like work. All the things I do don't feel like work, though. I'm very fortunate. Nothing I do, working with clients does not feel like work. It does not. Sometimes it does. Sometimes you have clients who suck, to be honest. Sometimes it's hard to keep clients engaged. So not everybody, when it comes to fitness and wellness, some people are not particularly interested all the time, and it's hard to keep people engaged. So sometimes that's challenging. But doing the work, like typing out a program, creating a workout program, doing all those things it's not a daunting task. It's fun, and it keeps people healthy. It really does a good service. So, that's shout out to Joe Rogan for creating, breaking a boundary, breaking a ceiling, and showing people like, hey, podcasting is a viable industry. You can make plenty of money podcasting. And it's not about, and for me, it's not about making a ton of money podcasting. It's about doing what I like to do, doing what I love to do, and doing what I love to do, and being creative with my words, being creative with the kind of content I create, putting other people in position to share their experience, because it's, like I've said before, I don't want this to be about me, even though it is about me and what I'm doing, but I don't want it to be all surrounded by, centered on what Eric is trying to do and Eric's opinion. Nothing's worse than someone with opinion on everything. Most importantly, I say this shit all the time, I don't fucking know what I'm talking about in most situations. I'm just sharing an experience, a perception, I'm just sharing a perception. Most things, 99% of things I don't know. I know the little sliver of all the information in the world. I know a little tiny sliver that is my experience. And I can share my perception of other experience, of other situations. Like when people talk about the economy, coronavirus, you don't fucking know, bro. You don't know, Kevin. You don't know. You have your opinion. You have your opinion. There's a guy on Facebook who he's taking a turn for the worst. He's taking a turn for the worst. He calls people who are not conspiratorial, he calls them normies. Oh, you're losing it, bro. You're losing it. People find their identity in like veganism. People find their identity in conspiracy theory. Like you're the woke one. You're the conscious one. So gross. And I had a dream last night. Sober is not a personality. Ooh, fuck. That makes my own gut go. Sober is not a personality. My personality is not sober guy. You know, it's conspiracy theory is not a personality. Veganism is not a personality. Bodybuilding is not a fucking personality. It's not. It's a thing you do. It's a thing you participate in. It's a thing. Hopefully it's one component of your life. For me, being sober is the major component. It is the foundation of what I do. It governs my perception, but it's not the entirety of my personality. It's a lens in which I see the world. So I had to say, I had a dream. And I said to myself, sober is not a fucking personality. Neither is your, being in the gym. It's not a personality. Being a bodybuilder is not a personality. I'm sorry. Fuck, man. People are going to be mad at that shit. But, people are trying to find a personality. People are trying to find something to hold on to. Hot tea, ho. That shit is bomb today. I mean, that shit fire. But yeah, people are trying to find something to grasp onto in order to feel a level of safety. People are to try to feel a level of like comfort, and like people are trying to find something to stand on, which, really sober is not the foundation of what I do, but 12-step spiritual life is what the foundation of what I do. So that is the perception. Like I said, I view the world through. That's the lens I view the world through. And other people are trying to do the same thing. Fitness allows people to do that. Some people are like, oh, do you know like blah, 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 fitness thing, health and wellness thing. People do that. Sometimes I do that. And in my life, I have done that. Now that fitness is not entirely removed, but now that being a fit person is partially removed, I can't wrap myself up in it. It's like, who am I at that point? You know what I mean? Man, that's controversial a little bit. It's controversial, and also people find their identity in their work. You're an attorney. Boom. You are logical. You are pragmatic. Same thing. Same. You are assertive. You are calculated. Same. You are trainer. You are nurse. You are server. You're a servant. You are someone who puts people's needs before your own. She's a nurse. Don't you know she loves to nurture? She's a caregiver. That's just kind of how she is. Ooh, people find their personality in crystals and zodiac signs. Ooh, may not be true. Neither may be Jesus. I don't know. That's the same thing you don't know either. Blah, 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 blah. Say the same bullshit all the time. It's getting old. But there's some fundamental things that I say that are kind of true, That's why I say them all the time. When I talk about people not knowing, I'm talking about people, liking to, believing and perceiving that that there's some authority or they have a grasp on things. People want to feel like, I know, I see exactly what the government is doing. I see right through them. People want to feel like they know. You don't fucking, like, I keep saying it, but like, you don't know what Trump is actually talking about. You know what is said publicly, but I guarantee you don't want to know. You don't want to know the governmental things that are making the world go round. You don't want to know. You don't want to know that stuff because it'll blow your fucking mind. Dude, this Annie something. Fuck, I forgot her name. She did a podcast with Joe Rogan, interviewing people who are in the CIA, people who are government guns, government shooters and government assassins. She wrote a whole fucking book, whole hundreds of pages interviewing and understanding the world of like secret clandestine government acts. She wrote a whole fucking book on it. And I'm sure that's not the only one. And you don't want to know that stuff. You don't want to know who has to get killed. You don't want to make those decisions. So when people like, you only know, but I think that's like, if I'm thinking conspiratorially, making up words, god damn it. When I'm thinking like, fucking reptilians and shit, when I'm thinking they don't want you to know, they want you to be distracted by the blah, blah, blah. They want you to be distracted by the clickbait and the nonsense so they can move in sinister ways. And not only sinister ways, in ways that we can't perceive, like stuff with China. That is such a complex, nuanced situation. Everything on my table right now might be made in China. Honestly, I'm looking at it. Everything in here might be made in China. Every device, even this microphone, might be made in China. These headphones might be made in, my MacBook definitely is, my phone, So like, okay, so how do we navigate China and be mad at them and be tough on them? How do we do that, but also have them continue to make our shit? You don't fucking know, Kevin. You don't know how to do that. Shut the fuck up. You don't fucking know. That shit is obnoxious, bro. That shit is obnoxious. But like I said, I'm just some dude. I'm talking about shit I think I know. But I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not talking about stuff like I know it. So I feel safe. I'm not speaking as some authority, and I'm pretty open about that. I'm pretty open about just being some fucking guy named Eric who's having my perception and viewing through my lens. What do I think I know? What do I think I understand? What are my opinions on the little bullshit I know? But there's people who are really definitively digging into what they think they know. You don't know, Daryl. You don't know. Fuck, man. There's one person in particular. He's like, do your own research. Fuck, you know how to read. You know how to read a fucking scholarly article. You know how to read. You know how to fucking, the secrets of Bill Gates. Fuck you. Maybe some of it's true. But your dumbass brain. Okay, and what are you doing? What are you doing about it? I'm spreading information, man. I'm spreading the information. People need to know the truth. Shut the fuck up. God damn, that shit gets me fired up. That shit gets me fired. It's super annoying. Because you know what? Cool. Maybe you have your perception of it, and maybe that's yours. But don't spread it. Or spread it, fine. Like, question mark. There's a few people I'm thinking about in particular. I would love to say their names. There's a few people who are like particularly shitty about it. Like, oh, such a good Obamagate. Huh, this is tricky, isn't it? Question mark. Fucking emoji face with the fucking thinking. Shut the fuck up. Oh, so you know about Obamagate? Oh, this is really interesting information. Do your own research. You sheep. Get vaccinated, you sheep. Shout out to all the sheeple out there. When someone's become conscious and they have a meme of like someone fucking meditating. When someone becomes actually aware of the world and the way the world works. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. And I don't think I'm a sheep. I don't think I'm a fucking sheep. I think I'm pretty fucking baby punk rock, bro. Fuck you. I think I'm pretty baby, but I think I'm baby. I just had a stroke, guys. I just had a stroke. Call my mom. I just had a fucking stroke. Did you hear that? Man, my brain hurts. No, I think I'm pretty fucking fight the power, bro. I I think I'm pretty fight the power, man. It's just, I'm not a sheep. I'm not a sheep. I think outside of the box. I just, you might think outside of the box. You might not believe everything you read. Neither do I. But stop, doing that. Because what if you're wrong? And if you're wrong, you're going to defend it. And you would be like, that's exactly what they want you to think. Oh, fuck you. Man, no, man. It's a time for it, though. But guess what? Fucking tie that bitch back. I talked about it. Podcasting, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Everybody's allowed to do this. Everybody's allowed to share their stupid thing, myself included. I'm sharing my stupid thing right now, thinking that it's valuable. So, shut the fuck up, Eric. Same thing. You're a dick too. Oh, man. Navigating it. And this is where you got to stay humble, and this is where all that humility comes in, because you're just some fucking guy. You're just some guy. Sip my hot tea. Man, that's good, man. Man, that is fucking good. I have a 10-year-old now. My son turned 10 yesterday. I'm going to write a little love letter to him. Man, he has done something special in my life. It's really something that words can't even describe. But I don't know. I've never been around fucking kids. I don't even like kids. People don't say that out loud. I don't fucking like kids. I like my own kids. But kid stuff, I think kids are fucking losers. They think they're the coolest motherfuckers in the world. You're fucking lame. Your fucking Fortnite dances and shit. I have a pretty good ear on pop culture. I get to, I know how to participate in it and, look at it. Kids are not cool. TikTok is not that cool. But they think they're really cool. So, I don't know. I'm just annoyed by children. But this young fellow has, allowed me to learn how to be with kids. If you learn how, it allowed me to practice on him. He allowed me to practice on him and loves me. And lets me fail, lets me fail and, loves me anyway. And he's going to go to therapy, about me and talk shit about me. That's fine. That's fine. He's going to, whatever. You're going to therapy too, Karen. Amanda. Becky. Daryl. Whatever the fuck your name is. You're going to therapy too. So if he goes to therapy, I don't feel bad. I had a great childhood and I'm in therapy. Been in therapy for a decade. Nope. 15 years. Been in therapy. Great childhood. Nothing, no one beat me. Had some fucked up shit. And then some fucked up shit happened, but it wasn't my parents. But I talk about my parents in therapy all the time. So when he goes to therapy and talks about me, fine. I'm drinking this tea a little too much. It's so fucking good though. But he let me practice on him, really. And he's so easy, but his brother's so challenging. So it's like such a balance. He's super patient, super kind, soft-spoken, soft-hearted. I want him to be tougher though. The world is fucking hard, man. The world is hard. You need discipline. Discipline doesn't mean fucking hitting your kids. When I talk about discipline, it doesn't mean hitting them. Structure, understanding that things get done in systems. The largest scaled projects get done in systems. Life is, schedule, waking up at the same time, making your bed every day. That goes so far. I make my bed every goddamn day. Even if I'm going to go back in and take a nap later, I make that shit and I take a nap and I wake up and make that shit again. Something super valuable about creating disciplines in your life. And I want to teach them those disciplines. My thing with discipline is life is so difficult to navigate, at least for me. I'll speak for my opinion. Life is so difficult to navigate. So if I can compartmentalize and put some structure and some order when the world starts to when the world starts to impinge and impede on my navigation in the world, I have some structures and some foundations to lean on. So it's like, okay, I know where I'm supposed to be at this time. So if things don't work out, I at least can still rest on my structure. And I want him to be able to rest on structure. Not if he can function and navigate more fluidly, chill. That's awesome. But still provide yourself a structure to bank on. There's nothing wrong with that. Even if you move through life more fluidly, that's fine. But to know where you have to be every day, to know what you have to do every day is still valuable. And I want to teach him that because his mom, she navigates way more flowy. It's like, oh, it's fine. I'll deal with that. And that's just not how I work. So it's a good balance. Learn to do both. Learn to flow, which I have to learn to flow more and more. I have to, with my 3-year-old, I have to, sometimes he naps at this time. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he goes to bed at this time. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he listens. Sometimes he doesn't. And I have to flow within that. Do I get very frustrated? Fuck yeah. Baby punk rock. It's fucking hard. Sometimes that shit is hard. But that's my task in life. That's my part of my journey is being softer with them. Part of my journey, and also learning how to navigate more fluidly through life. Can't always predict things, but it's nice to know at 9 o'clock I have to do this. It's nice to know that. It's nice to know at 11:30 I'm going to meditate. Between 11:30 and 12:30 I'm going to meditate. It's nice to know that I'm going to check in with clients between 2:30 and 5. It's nice to know those things. And also with my clients, I like to be a proponent of structure as well. I like for them to, with breakfast, I like for people to be able to bet their life on breakfast. Start your day, oats, a couple full eggs, hard boiled, over easy, however the fuck you like it. Wake up, oats, eggs, fruit, avocado, boom. Get it together. Start your day on the right foot. And if you can't get it, understand, this day's veering to the left. I wonder what I need to do. I wonder what I need to do to reevaluate, reassess, put the tracks back on the fucking train or whatever. That's backwards. I had another stroke, guys. I'm dying. Just died on a microphone. Had another stroke. It's fine. It's fine. I'm alive. I survived. Don't worry. I survived. But yeah, I got to teach him that discipline. I want him to be able to navigate the world safely and healthily. I want him to feel safe. I want him to feel like he can bet his life on things. I want him to feel safe, You know what I mean? And some of the most successful people I know have their disciplines, whether it be a martial arts, whether it be working out, whether it be meditation practice. And I'm not only talking about success, monetary success, I'm talking about people who have a successful mindset, people who have a generally positive mindset, people who have a healthy worldview. I see them with a healthy disciplines, whether it be their nutrition or their fitness, whatever their disciplines are. So I want him to have those. But point is, I'll wrap it up with this. He has made me a better person. He's made me a better person, and he's made me a parent. He has single-handedly made me a parent. Shout out to him. He's the fucking man. So I need to be softer with him. It's okay. Try again tomorrow. Try again later today. That's how I feel about most things. I fuck it up. I fuck up so much that it's like, try again tomorrow. There's nothing wrong with trying again tomorrow. Nothing wrong with that. So try again tomorrow. Message. It's the title of the fucking podcast. Try again tomorrow. Let's talk about trying again. Not every day is going to go the way you want to. I used to be a quitter. I've talked about that before. I used to be a quitter. I tried to commit suicide not very long ago. 5 years ago. Had a suicide attempt. You know, bipolar disorder, a little bit of histrionic personality issues. They could see my voice change. It's challenging to talk about. It's challenging because I just want to be normal. But shout out to the show Dave with Lil Dicky. He had an episode where his hype man came out as like as bipolar. He's like, fuck man. He's like getting wound up. Like I do the same thing. I spin. Not anymore. It's been like a year and a half, or it's been almost 2 years. I think meditation, therapy, podcasting, working out, nutrition has all aided in almost curing, quote unquote. I'm not going to say don't do that. Take your medicine. Blah, 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 blah. I do all those things too. But I feel like I am actually treated for bipolar disorder for the first time. I don't ramp up like I used to. The reason I talk about sex addiction is because that's part of my mania. I fuck people. I fuck a ton of people. 3 months of intensity and then poof, new person. 3 months of intensity. That's part of my ramping up. That's part of my mania. So I talk about that shit all the time because it's very real. But you know, I when I tried to commit suicide, I felt like I couldn't handle a situation I was in. I couldn't handle it. And in that moment, I felt like I was going to burst into flames. And I said, the only way that I can get out of this is if I stop breathing. That's what that feels like. It feels like you're in a sauna and you can't get out. Someone described it like that. It feels like it's fucking heating up, and it may not be heating as a sensation, but it feels like there's sand pouring on you and you can't get out. It feels like your feet are in mud, and they said, okay, I'm going to die. The only way to get out of this situation is to end my life. And that's what I felt like. And I tried to commit suicide. Very not fucking bullshit attempt. Big mess, you know. So after that, you know, but it's the same thing with shooting heroin, man. It's the same thing with a lot of things. Once you push a threshold, it's hard to break that, you know, pattern. So I've dealt with suicidal thoughts since I was a little kid, you know? So when I talk about mental illness, when I talk bullshit on here, I'm talking about shit I know about, bro. I'm not talking shit about like, oh, some fucking Gary V theoretical fucking positivity. I'm talking about overcoming some shit, bro. I'm for real talking about overcoming some shit. So when I was a little kid, I just felt like I just can't live like this. And then drinking and using fucking, suppressed that a little bit until I did something I was really fucked up about. And then I would drink and use to hopefully not wake up. And I felt like, but when I do podcasts, when I, created my business, when I created my coaching program, I'm creating it on the precedent that I know I'm supposed to be here because I tried hard not to be here. I tried my hardest, tried so fucking hard not to exist anymore. So when I do things, I have a little bit of that delusional confidence because you remember what's that movie? What's that movie where the guy can predict his? Oh, I think it's that movie with The Rock. I think it's like not Scorpion King. One of those when The Rock was doing those movies where the guy can like predict his death. He's like, today's not my day. So he would in battle, he would fight recklessly because he's like today, and then they would shoot arrows at him and the arrows would fall directly like next to him and not hit him because he's like, I'm not going to die today. And finally, the day he is going to die, he can tell today's the day. For me, it's like I'm not supposed to be gone. I'm not supposed to be gone. I've tried very hard to not be here, and I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm not, at least not on my own accord. Maybe I get sick or hit by a car. You never know. I don't think in fate like that. I don't think of like fate in that manner. I think life is random as fuck, and you go when you go. But for me, I got very lucky in that time. So when I do shit, I do it delusionally. Like, I'm supposed to be here. Something's going to click. Shit's going to click. But back, fucking tie that bitch back. Yo, fucking, it's called a callback. Callback to the original point. I think that leads into a bit of my confidence. I think that plays into a little bit of my confidence in my success. Since I've been sober, I never thought I wouldn't be successful. I have weak moments where I'm like, fuck, fuck, like, when's it gonna break? When's it gonna break? But it's never like, oh, I need to give up and go sell fucking State Farm insurance. It's never that. It's never like that. It's always fucking, fuck, man, talk to my girl. And that's what a good woman is for. Rub your back and be like, yo, you good. I believe in you. You know, don't give up. Don't give up. And I don't give up. The next day, there's like 2 days for that of like bum, and I'm fucking bummed out. Like, damn, I thought this was gonna bubble. And then back on the grind. No, head down. Get to fucking work. Keep creating, keep fucking optimizing, keep going. I don't fucking give up, bro. That's one thing my mom would always tell me, Eric, never give up. I have a good mom. That makes me smile. She said, never give up. And I remember that because I do not fucking quit. And like I said, I used to be a quitter when I was a kid. And since I've been sober, I don't fucking quit, bro. I don't fucking quit. You know, well, not since I've been sober, but since 2015, I don't quit. I just, you know, it's a struggle for a couple days. Sometimes I want to quit. Sometimes I want to just say, fuck it. In my relationship, sometimes I want to run. With my son, sometimes I just want to say, fuck it. Fuck it, man. I'm going to spank my fucking kid all the time. Fuck it. I'm going to yell in his face. You know, sometimes I say, fuck it. You know, sometimes in business, sometimes with this podcast, I say like, why the fuck am I doing this? But then head down, get to fucking work. Let's go. Dude, it's the only way to fucking do it. Put your fucking head down and get to fucking work. I got a runny nose. Drink some hot tea. But yeah, man. That's some motivational bullshit for you. But yeah, man. When I talk about mental illness, I fucking know what I'm talking about, bitch. I know what I'm talking about. Guess what? Not only do I know from my own experience, I spend time sitting in circles. 100 hours, more than 100 hours, 1,000 hours sitting in circles with other people struggling with depression, young people, old people struggling. And if I'm not talking to you, Gary, I'm talking to them, son, telling their stories, son, and having them on telling their stories. I have a woman who struggled with an eating disorder for fucking 20 years, 15 years. She's coming on here. Talk about it. We are all body positive. We're all body positive, right? We talk to fitness people, have a fucking opinion. No, talk to the person. Talk to that person. You don't know. Talk to that person. Talk to that woman who's had sexual trauma. I know we're all talking about it. Like we're all peripherally talking about it. Am I making up another word? Oh, fire. We all talk about it peripherally, but let's have those people on. Let's hear about it. Even if it's not a great podcast, allow them to share their story. Oh, we talk about sex trafficking. We talk about drug addiction. We talk about eating disorders. We talk about obesity. We talk about mental illness. Let's fucking hear it from people who know. And maybe if you hear from people who know, maybe you'll have empathy for the people who you don't know. Maybe you have empathy for the person in your family who can't seem to get their shit together. Fuck you, Gary. I don't know who Gary is, but fuck that guy. I don't know. I've been pretty rude to Gary and Amanda and Chelsea and Karen. I don't know. Fuck those people. You know, just kidding. There's a girl named Amanda. I'm listening to this podcast who, not fuck you. You're cool. You're cool as shit. But yeah, we're fucking representing people. And if that's not valuable, fuck you, son. That's valuable. You know, and allow them. And even if they didn't do the greatest job of like articulating themselves, they got the opportunity to try. And it's for some people who I've heard tell those stories, they say, thank you for the opportunity to do that because you're not seeing their face. No one's sitting in front of them. I'm not even sitting in front of them sometimes. And they just get to share that shit publicly, out loud. Listen, hear me. They get to do that. That's fucking huge for them. So if you don't like it, just understand what you're able to be a part of by listening to it. Fuck, bars. That's bars right there. You know, I love this shit. I get going around 15, 20 minutes. I get going, callbacks and shit. But yeah, you got to have a little bit of delusional confidence. Let's wrap it up on this. You got to have a little bit of delusional confidence. That sounded like fucking English Spanish. I told that to somebody. I speak English like someone speaks Spanish. That's how I talk. Like blah, 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 blah. One thing into the next. But yeah. Shout out to delusional confidence. Shout out to people who struggle with mental health issues. Shout out to all the women whose stories are untold and unrepresented. You know, shout out to all the people of color who feel like they're not represented publicly in, you know, the ways that they feel, that I feel we should be. Yeah, man. Shout out to Gary and Amanda and Chelsea. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm a man of God. I've meditated in 3 days. Just told on myself. It's embarrassing. But that fucking pain medication had your boy out. And it like sucked up all my bandwidth. So you know what that reminds me of? When you're fucked up, when you're on drugs, you can't meditate. You can't be spiritual because it's the absence of. I know for a fact because, fuck. Shut the fuck up. I know from my own experience that I cannot be spiritually connected when I'm feeling not like myself. In that regard, when medication is blocking me from my connection. I couldn't even perceive meditating for the past couple of days. Couldn't even wrap my head around. I was like, I'm not even fucking trying. It doesn't even count. So they talk about drug addiction as spiritual sickness in 12-step literature. In 12-step, talk about addiction as spiritual absence. I don't know. That's theoretical because you can't test that. But you know, there's a chapter of the book called The Doctor's Opinion. It talks about moral psychology. It talks about shift in consciousness, causes and conditions. No, they don't say that in there, but it's about causes and conditions, looking at why the fuck am I like that? Then it's looking at power, finding something greater than yourself, because even when you're doing things in that nature, when you're sleeping around, you're saying, I run the fucking world. I don't give a fuck who I hurt. I don't give a fuck what I do. It's me. I'm in charge. Bah, bah, bah. Rah, rah, rah. That's what it's like. Boop, boop, boop. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to Isaiah. It's my oldest boy. Shout out to them. We're wrapping this bitch up. Shout out to Mandy. You're the shit. If you listened all the way through, you heard me talk shit about Amanda, not you. But yeah, what do we have coming up? Benny and Jesse are doing the potty by themselves, live streaming on YouTube this week. Big Mood Space TV on YouTube. We're live streaming there. So you can find it there. Instagram page, Eric_Big Mood Coach. Boom. BigMoodCoach.com is the website where you can find all this shit. Some podcast video clips are going up there. Maybe you can find podcast video there. I don't know how that works, but maybe we're putting all that bitch on there. Oh shit. Let me talk about something that's in the process of being created. Maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 page PDF being released on my website for download. As well, you can bundle workout videos, 60 now, more than 60 workout execution videos. So you can see exactly how to do a movement, any gym you want to go to when the gym's open back up, or at home, things you can cultivate your own workout. So you have access to that, and you can have access to the PDF, and the PDF is written so it can be expounded on, so it can continue to grow. So the more I learn, the more the more the PDF grows. And everything I do in my coaching program is just explained scientifically in that PDF. Yo, I'm excited about that shit. So 60 plus workout videos, and then you're going to achieve access to the PDF. That'll go up in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Yo, that shit is fire. I'm super stoked on that. BigMoodCoach.com. You find all that shit. Right now, what's available right now, you can month to month subscribe to the videos and get them as they grow, or for $50 for the year, you get access to all the videos. And then that same $50 that you pay today will give you access to the PDF value. All right, we're wrapping this pitch up. We out.